Okay, hi everyone. Today we're going to discuss about urban community initiatives around the globe and decide what has Hong Kong done so far to make it a great city and what we can do in the future to make it better. And we can start now.
Okay, so there's 4 key questions and maybe we can go through these questions one by one.
Okay.
Okay, so the first question, which factors for successful, sustainable urban communities are best demonstrated in Hong Kong? So what do you think, Anthony?
Okay, well, I think Hong Kong has done a lot of things, and the best thing I like is the abundance of natural resources. You know, like Hong Kong is a highly pressurized society, and places like the Central and the Yaojingmong district is really, you can't see even a tree in the street, but it is very convenient for local people to go to the nearby parks to just have a taste of the future, have a taste of the nature, and I think it's very good for them to maybe it's good for their mental health and just get rid of the stress. Yeah.
Okay, so maybe I think the efficient public transportation ensures a successful and sustainable urban communities. Just like MTR, during the rush hour, the MTR start off the train maybe every 1 to 2 minutes, and I think this can reduce the dependence of people on the private cars and also can ensure the efficiency. And as we know, the social pace in Hong Kong is like very fast, and maybe it can provide a solid background to ensure the social goals well.
I think you get a very good point that Hong Kong's efficient public transportation system, the MTR system, in every city there is at least one MTR station, so people can easily use MTR to go to work, go to everywhere they want. People is used to go to everywhere by using these MTR systems that reduce the reliance on the private cars. Therefore, I think it's a very good point. Also, there are a lot of gardens and urban area, garden and parks in Hong Kong. So, shall we move on to the next question?
No, I have a point. Like, I think the MTR its cost is rather high, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So expensive. Okay, so maybe next question. What initiatives in Hong Kong help contribute to a successful and sustainable urban community?
I think one example is the urban springs markup that records the number of water usage. We can use water bottles to save up the plastic bottles so that they can record the saved up used plastic bottles. That's a very good initiative. What do you think?
Well, and I have also seen that there's a project called the Urban Renewal Project in Hong Kong, which renews the old buildings in old districts to make it into a new like a shopping mall or some new apartments. And I think it's not only renews the general view of the whole street, and it is also an inevitable process that a old district gradually turns into a new one. So, yeah.
Yeah, I think that's a very good point in Hong Kong. So maybe I think another point is the community green station initiative. Just like in Taiwan, and we have the recycle bins, and we use these recycle bins to recycle the metals and the plastics that people don't use, and maybe use these things to do some handicraft. So I think it not only make it sustainable and environmentally friendly, but also like carry on the cultural heritage, the handicraft.
When you mentioned mentioned about recycle bins, I remember one interesting point is you can make money by recycling.
Oh.
So you can put the plastic bottles and make money. That also encourages people to become more environmental friendly.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so I suppose that education is just equally important, right?
Yes, yes. I think so. Maybe the third question, which community initiatives around the world do you think are the best examples of initiative that help create successful, sustainable urban communities? So what do you think, Anton?
Well, I've seen on the internet that there's a thing in Japan called Keikanho, and it's in English it's landscape law. Like, it regulates how the residents of the cities to make their exterior of their apartments better looking, and like also by growing plants and something like that to make the whole city just a good place to visit and to walk around. And I think it's like really important for both the residents and the visitors of the city.
Yeah. Also in Singapore, they have something like the vertical greening. It's like an integration, a combination between the buildings, the modern society with the nature and the environment. So, Singapore has a limited land resource, and by doing so, they can like integrate the solar power with the vegetables that provide food. So I think it is a very creative initiative that can not only ensure the environmentally friendly, but also create some benefits in the finance. Yes.
As you have mentioned, the Japan initiatives, growing green grasses on the buildings.
Well, not only green grasses, like also they just fix those old exterior of the buildings and make them look like brand new every day. And even though it might have been years since the building was built.
Yeah, nowadays Hong Kong don't have much space in Hong Kong to grow some green living plants. So it might be a very good idea for Hong Kong to grow plants on buildings. Also, you mentioned the Singapore initiative using solar panels to generate energy. I think this also very good. Also, I think of Denmark's bicycle-friendly infrastructure. I think we can also consider encourage people to use bicycles because it reduces the carbon footprints.
Yeah, but I think it's in Hong Kong it's not really good to use the bicycle walk because, like in Central and in the in other districts, most districts in Hong Kong, bicycle is forbidden, and you can only ride bicycle like in some places in the New Territories. So
yeah, I think maybe the street in Hong Kong is like narrow. If many people use bicycle instead of like MTR, it may be too crowded.
Yeah, and you don't have really, like in Denmark, I've been there, and they have a separate lane for the bicycles to ride in it. And like, you just imagine the road in the central, you can't just build another lane. Yeah, that's impossible.
Yes. Many people ride bicycles on the roads, on the car roads. That's very dangerous.
Well, it's just like in mainland China.
Yes.
So maybe that's not good for Hong Kong, so maybe think about Singapore's initiatives.
Yes, and well, in my opinion, I think the Keikanho, the landscape law I just mentioned, is also not very good in Hong Kong. Like, although I think Hong Kong really needs something to make the street view better, but actually most of the residents, they don't really want to pay their taxes on for the things like this. They want to make their actual lives better, but not the things just visual.
Yeah.
So I think maybe in Hong Kong it's not really feasible.
Mm.
So, what about Singapore?
So maybe I think Singapore is practical, maybe practical in Hong Kong, because I think Singapore has very similar situation with Hong Kong, because both region the land resources are limited, and so maybe just like Singapore, Hong Kong also need this kind of initiative to ensure the environment, but while also not using so many spaces. So maybe vertical greening is very acceptable, and
Yeah.
also the climate in Hong Kong is warm and humid. So maybe I think it is suitable for most kind of plants and vegetables, and also the solar power can goes on well.
Okay, I think that's not, there's no problem.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm.
So maybe for the last question, we have received an agreement that is maybe the similar initiatives in Singapore, the vertical greening,
Okay.
for its similarity with Hong Kong, and the social need and acceptable. Yes.
Fine. Okay.
Okay.